Hi, it's Dr. Parikh, and I'm just going to show you, if you go to AuthenticHappiness.org, it reroutes you here. I showed you this in class, and I had talked about that I hadn't really found anything I liked that much, but I have rethought that. So I'm going to dedicate some of our class time to doing these measures. So you hit register here, and you can register, you can add, it's up to you if you want to add things like Twitter and Reddit. It's up to you what email you use. I use a personal one. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to log in. And the reason I changed my mind, I was looking more closely at the exercises coming up, and Seligman talked about using pre-post tests, and specifically said depression and happiness tests such as the Center for Epidemiological Studies Depression Scale and the Authentic Happiness Inventory. And so the idea is that you do a pre-test, a baseline, then you try something for a while, and then you take the test again to see if there's a change. And actually, there's a nice little natural experiment of time in mind, because you can see I initially came in late December on the 29th looking at things, and then I retook a couple of them today. So for example, authentic happiness. So end of December, it was 3.63. Now it is 3.96, which doesn't seem like a huge jump, but if you look at the percentiles um, for my context groups, I went from like 80th percentile, meaning I am at least as happy or happier than about 80% of my peers, up to 94ish, 93. So a decent jump actually. If we go back and look at the depression one, this one we see right now I'm pretty low. If you look at all people at my education level, I'm at least as sad as 22% of them. But if you look at other people in my age group, only 10% of them. So you can see there are some differences in how sad people are, how depressed they are. If you look at mine from a month ago, you see those percentiles are a lot higher. I was kind of right in the middle. And the middle is fine. The middle is in the middle. Let's see, 16. Oh, that says I'm in the moderately depressed. But here's the thing, if you notice the date, I took it at the end of December in 2020. And that will be very meaningful to certainly everyone watching it right now. And if you're watching in the future, hopefully things are better and you can think back to this and remember. But this was a few days after Christmas. Many people feel kind of a post-holiday slump anyway. But in particular, it was after I had not gotten to spend the holidays with my family. My side of the family is almost entirely out of state, and my partner's family don't really celebrate Christmas a lot. I mean, they celebrated with us, but they don't have a lot of their own traditions or things. Um, and it marked a year since I had seen most of my family, and that was very poignant. It is kind of the middle of a difficult political time in the country. Again, hopefully that's improving. Um, and also, it was uh, after an incredibly difficult year academically, where I didn't have childcare for about half the year, and I just always felt behind and like I was struggling, and I felt very frustrated that I wasn't making faster progress on my spring courses. Which I was clearly working on here. So when you look at the test retest, you can see in about a month of having a little more break, having more time, you could maybe having more hope with the vaccine. You can see there's a pretty significant jump for me just with a month of things changing. So just because there's a change up or down doesn't mean that this course or the things you're doing or any of that um, is good or bad. But also keep in mind that, I knew when I took this, I made a note somewhere the night before I had had a really difficult dream that had stirred up a lot of grief feelings. So I knew when I took this that it was not really that it was a fairly difficult day in my general functioning. So keep in mind that these are just snapshots, but the idea is that we get snapshots at least two time points. Maybe we'll do it once or twice in the middle of the semester too. You can also feel free if you want to take some more of these. Most of them only take 5 or 10 minutes. Some of them give you more information than others. And again, that's kind of why I hadn't done a lot more with it because it didn't feel like it was giving a lot of information. But I do like the test retest. And there's a lot of data on, they've done a lot of studies of this as test retest. So I feel more comfortable with it. So we will take some time with class to go over this, or you can watch this video and do it on your own. Take care. Bye bye.